Today I'll share the recipe of a very traditional baked rice flour cake. You can call it, stuffed with goodness of coconuts and cottage cheese, and the specialty of my dish is that it's multi-layered. There are 3 layers, and the goodness of this dish is that this is made to celebrate the festival called Roger, which itself embarks the significance of womanhood, or it's a 3 days festival in the state of Odisha, which is specially for girls to celebrate the womanhood, the joy of being a woman and the liberty of being a girl. Yes, the state celebrates its girls, and we honor this festival by making varied type of pithas. So I hope you will like this recipe. Hey guys, I am Subhankari and I welcome you all to my channel Su's Food Corner. I hope you all are doing great in your lives, and if you are new to my page, do subscribe to my page and do not forget to tap the bell button. And thank you all for liking my channel so much and loving my channel so much. I hope we continue this journey together. So let's see what are the ingredients we need for this traditional steamed pitha, which we call traditionally. We need rice flour around 2 cups, 180 grams, and water around 2 cups. And salt I have taken a half teaspoon. So the amount of rice flour and water should be the same. So basically take the same cup and do the measurements. If you do not have a measuring cup, then you can always opt for some standard cup that you have in your homes, like some tea cups like this, but make sure you measure both the items in the same cup. So I am just trying to give you a reference here, but you do have a measuring cup, it always works good. Apart from that, I have taken some few ingredients here. I have some bay leaves around 2, and I have actually cut the bay leaves into small pieces. Cutting bay leaves into small pieces gives more taste, and when we will make the pitha, we will actually bake it, and when we will cut it, small pieces of bay leaves won't tamper with the shape of the pitha. I have some grated ginger here around 1.5 teaspoons, some black pepper powder around 1 teaspoon, and green cardamom powder or elaichi powder around 1 teaspoon. And here I have some dry coconut. I have cut it into small chunks. You can also use fresh coconut at this stage, but I love the smell of dry coconut at this stage. And some normal fresh grated coconut I have taken a half cup, and then I have some jaggery around 1 cup. Being a predominantly agricultural land, the state of Odisha really celebrates every festival with inclusion of some coconuts, rice and jaggery. So as this is a very traditional pitha, so we are using all these ingredients, and I have some dry fruits here, some raisins, some cashews and some dry coconut slices. This completely depends upon your choice. These are used just as garnishing, and as I said, I have just cut this dry coconut into small thin slices. You can always use the fresh coconut at this stage, but actually this gives little different flavor. Totally depends upon your choice. And apart from that, I have taken here clarified butter or ghee, 2 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon for the pitha batter, and 1 I'll just show you how I'll use it as satay. Actually this is sata is nothing but I have just mixed 1 teaspoon of ghee, and I have mixed 1 teaspoon of rice flour. So the first procedure is to prepare the chena or cotton cheese. I have just boiled 1 liter of milk, and to it I have added a mixture of 1 tablespoon vinegar and 2 tablespoon water, and gradually the milk will curdle. The milk solids will form in this way, and this is the traditional way of making cottage cheese at home. My cottage cheese is ready now. Now I will strain this cottage cheese in a strainer so that this can be nicely strained out, and add 1 glass of cold water so that the vinegar flavor washes away. Keep it aside, and I have heated a pan on medium flame, and to it I add jaggery powder around 3/4 cup and 1 teaspoon of water, so that the jaggery when once melted won't stick to the bottom of the pan. And so this is looking good now, and to it now I'll add freshly grated coconut around 1 cup, and this gives a very nice flavor to the stuffing. And being agricultural prevailing land, the state of Odisha enjoys its festivals with rice flour and jaggery and coconut, and it always goes in traditional way. So now I'll also add the cottage cheese. It has nicely strained out, and now mix all these ingredients till they are dry, and to it I'll add raisins around 2 tablespoons and chopped cashews around 1 tablespoon. Depends upon your choice how much to add. And then to flavor it, I'll add green cardamom powder and half teaspoon and roast everything on medium flame till the stuffing dries out. As I said, we need a dry stuffing for this pitha. So now once the stuffing is ready, let it cool. And to bake this pitha, I have taken a steel container here. You can always take a deep cake pan. A 7-inch cake pan or 9-inch cake pan would also work in this case. And the mixture that we had prepared using 1 teaspoon of clarified butter and 1 teaspoon of rice flour, I'll just spread it evenly using a brush. Actually, normally, traditionally, only clarified butter or ghee is used, but this is my special trick to ensure that this pitha doesn't stick to this pot. Now the baking dish is ready. Now we'll prepare the base for this pitha. I have used a teacup here just to make sure. For those who don't have a measuring cup, 2 cups I have added water, and to it I have added 1 tablespoon of clarified butter. Then goes some grated ginger, half teaspoon of salt, and some elaichi powder or green cardamom powder, black pepper powder, and the jaggery. So basically we have added everything to flavor this pitha. Cook this on medium flame for good 5 to 7 minutes. And again I have used this teacup to add little by little rice flour, that is also 2 cups. As I said, you can always use a measuring cup, but I am using a teacup and showing you the recipe in case you don't have a measuring cup. This recipe also works if you are measuring from a teacup. So now mix everything gradually by adding rice flour. Do not add rice flour at one time, otherwise this won't mix properly. And as I said, we'll do this process on low medium flame so that this rice flour nicely accumulates with the jaggery water. And once it starts accumulating, add the coconut. The 2 types of coconut that we had used, the chopped one and the grated one, and again mix nicely for good 2 to 3 minutes. This dough will become gradually non-sticky. It will be cooked to perfection, and see how nicely my rice flour dough has become. The more nicely the dough cooks at this stage, the more soft your pitha will become. So now this is looking good. Now it took around 4 to 5 minutes. Now cover it and just let it cool for 3 to 4 minutes. We want a warm dough to set the pitha, and first let the pitha dough cool for 3 to 4 minutes. Meanwhile, I have taken some dry fruits and just label it and make a design as per my choice on the base of the pan. And now it has become warm, so I'll just knead it nicely for 1 to 2 minutes. And you can see how nicely my dough has formed. I'm not actually doing any extra effort. It's already non-sticky at this stage. Now my special twist for this pitha is that I will make it 3 layered pitha. So I am dividing this dough into 3 equal balls, and now I'll take one ball and make a smooth round ball out of it, and then press it at the size of this dish so that this comes nicely at the base in this way. See, and now I'll actually make a nice base on the top of the design and press it tightly, and the outer surface of this I'll just press it very nicely so that it sets completely. And see, this stuffing, it has dried out, and you should roast the stuffing till the end product is somewhat like this. There should be no literal moisture. So I'll add a layer of the stuffing, and my special twist in this is that I'll sprinkle some fennel seeds on the top of this stuffing, and then I'll take another ball and use my hands to make a flat base, and again I'll keep it on the top of the stuffing and use my hands again to press it tightly, and just press it nicely so that the sides accumulate nicely to the dish. And again I'll add some stuffing and I'll sprinkle some dry fruits, and then goes my last layer. The last ball I'll just spread it, and very nicely I will apply some clarified butter on the top of it and even it out, especially the sides, and this is ready to be baked. And as I said, it is a traditional dish, so I'll bake it in the traditional way, but actually they bake it using chula and all, but I'll bake it on gas stove. So I have taken a deep kadhai and I have placed a stand on it, and I'll close the lid and preheat for good 10 minutes. and then I'll very carefully place the container and close the lid and bake it for good 50 minutes on low medium flame. And as I said, traditionally they wrap this pitha in banana leaves and they bake it on the chula. So I'll just do it mine way. And now after 50 minutes you can see the sides have roasted very nicely, and I've inserted a toothpick and it comes out clear. So once you bake this pitha, you can know how simple things can be turned into great dishes, and this is one of them. This has roasted so nicely, and as I said, as we had applied the sata mixture, the mixture of rice flour and ghee, my pitha has automatically left the sides. This is the reason I had said this is my special twist, because normally they apply only ghee, but this gives much better result, and I have just left it for good half an hour to cool down. And if you want to be double sure, you can always use a knife to scrape it out, but mine is already done. I am just showing you the way how it is done. Mine pitha has already left sides. Now I'll use a plate to turn it over, and this is the magic moment, because we have waited good 50 minutes to be baked, for this cake to be baked, or rice flour cake or pitha to be baked, and see how nicely it has come out of this container. So clear, and it has baked to perfection. It's looking so beautiful. Simple ingredients baked to perfection, and I'll just cut it for you and show you. Although it's made from rice flour and jaggery, yet it's quite soft and it has formed a perfect crust. As I said, in traditional villages they use banana leaves to make this pitha, and my special pitha with multi layers is ready. The first layer is of the rice flour, then the stuffing, and then again rice flour, then stuffing with some fennel seeds, and lastly rice flour. So this is looking awesome, and as I said, the base is also perfect. It has baked perfectly. Some things, some dishes are better if they are prepared with the same traditional touch, with the same traditional ingredients. So this is the result: soft rice flour cake baked to perfection. You can see how soft it is. Odisha as the state has many festivals, and this festival celebrates the reason of our existence, celebrates the joy of womanhood, and gives rest to girls for just 3 days so that Mother Earth heals. And yes, they celebrate this in each and every household, and I do have special memories of this Roja festival. I hope you have liked this video. Do give a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe to my page. See you in next video. Till then, stay safe, love life, and happy food.